Landlords Podcast. All right, and we are live. Lord Cognito here, I Love Podcast, LordsOfGaming.net. And who is this fine gentleman that we have in the Rumble PAX West today?
I'm David, brand marketing manager on Gungrave G.O.R.E.
Ooh, Gungrave G.O.R.E. This one I've had my eye on. I want to jump right into it. There's a lot I want to talk and discuss, so let's get into what this Gungrave G.O.R.E is about.
I mean, do you know the previous Gungrave game?
No, that's why I want you to educate me. Tell the round, what is Gungrave G.O.R.E about?
So Gungrave G.O.R.E released back in 2006. Like there was 2 games back then published by Activision, and we're pretty much reimagining those games in a way, like kind of new now. It's developed by a studio called Iggy in South Korea.
South Korea developed.
But we still have like the original creator on board as well,
nice.
Which is Yasuhiro Naito. You might know him from the anime Trigun,
yes.
For example, which was quite the popular anime. And he also did Gungrave pretty much. It started as a game back with Activision and also adapted to an anime as well. And he's on board with
So Gungrave is also an anime? Or no, just his?
It's also an anime. It's both. It's like it was a game first and then adapted to anime as well.
Nice.
Yeah, and like we have gore in the name. You can see it already starts quite gory as well.
Woo, okay, we're getting into it early. Okay. All right, let's go Gungrave. And this is the main protagonist. This is our guy.
Exactly.
Is he the Gungrave, or what is?
He's called Grave, so
Grave.
he's actually dead or undead, so to say. And there's like certain mechanics that keep him alive, and he's like on a road to vengeance, pretty much. So people who are familiar with the old games back in the days, they will see certain things that they are familiar with. Like it's kind of a continuation of the story back then, but it's also a lot of newcomers will also actually get the story from playing this one first. And we actually also have in the final game like a recap of what happened.
Of what happened for guys like me who have no idea. Okay, cool.
Exactly. If you go completely fresh into the game, you can pretty much watch that recap and get the whole idea of what happened.
Level 1, kick the ass. I like the mission structure.
That's how it was in the previous game as well, and I mean we gotta keep that, right? So I mean I'm gonna skip the tutorials real quick.
So what you gotta do once you skip this is what the hell is this?
So this is actually his coffin. It doesn't really look like a coffin, but it is one, trust me. And he can actually use that for different abilities. You will see that later in the game where we actually unlock the abilities. And the whole purpose of the game is pretty much just, kind of mindless fun, I would say. Just go crazy with crazy abilities. We wanted this game to be as easy to pick up as possible. And just pretty much going full crazy. Full
tilt. Now the question is, let's talk about this meter up here.
Yes.
Upper left.
So on the upper left, we will pretty much unlock this in the next step. You will see ability points that can be used to do pretty over-the-top moves as well.
Gotcha.
We will see that in a bit. It will unlock like after a few minutes.
No worries.
While we progress in
and
the
then we got the beats going, so I'm assuming continuous kills, continuous fight.
Exactly. Think of it as like a combo meter as well. In the final game, after each stage, you will have like a results screen showcasing you kind of how you perform, giving on how high your beat was. You will actually also unlock different skills that we can also showcase in a bit. But like think of it as a combo meter.
Gotcha. Okay. Got it.
So yeah, and then of course we can also reflect.
Ooh, oh, okay. Got the reflect going on. Okay. Fair enough. I see it. Nice.
This is the first level of the game, first area of the game. So for this demo in particular, we actually gave the players way more abilities, so we can go over the top as well.
Yes.
We will see that in a bit. But in the final game, you will actually have like progression into the game, like with experience points, different ability points that you can use.
Fair enough. Yeah, it looks really fantastic. Love the fact that the creativity, and again, it doesn't take itself too seriously, but at the end of the day, it looks like it's about being stylish.
Yes. Okay. I mean, there's even like we will also see that in a bit. There's like an art points they're called, and that's how you perform like over the top moves as well. And those also account at the results screen on how well you perform. So you will also have like a ranking system with S being like the best rank you can possibly get.
So what are we doing with these shield guys? Oh, that's
we will hit them with the coffin.
Nice. Now, also, I'm seeing the melee aspect. Are there any protection finishing moves? Will he just
I remember actually speaking of it, there is a finishing move. Like that's the next thing we unlock, so we can actually go for like
okay.
a nice,
There it is. There
nice
it is.
headshot.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, as I said, like you know, as we go on in the game, we will learn different abilities. We will learn different moves. And like speaking of the abilities, this is where we're actually unlocking them right now as we speak.
Demolition shot.
Exactly. And so as you see, I have now 5 ability points, and let me just move forward and do this. So that's consuming one of the ability points. And the way the ability points work is that we were actually building up this bar. The more we hit people, the more the beat goes up, and then that's how we will actually get the ability points to use. And I mean, I can show something else.
So
like
this
game. As I said, like over the top. That's all we're going for.
Completely over the top.
top.
Completely over the top. I get it. I get the vibe. And again, you said the original game came out, and this is now an extension of that. Or some of the things maybe the team may have learned from the first game to the second.
So what the first games were kind of lacking were like some of those over-the-top moves that we're seeing right now. We will see one later, which is called Storm Barrage. That's really going all over the top, and that's what the team pretty much aimed for, you know, learning or pretty much what the base games had, and just going over the top on them.
Over the top.
Yeah, pretty much that.
Nice, nice. Engine-wise, what's Gungrave using?
It's Unreal Engine 4.
Unreal's in the building. Salute. Salute, salute. You gotta get the basket out for the shield guys.
I mean, there's also a different move I can show now. Like, you can actually hold and load it.
Now notice when the enemies are getting into that almost like white ghost-like state, that's when you can do the finishing move?
Exactly.
Got it.
That's when you can do the finishing move.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Visceral. Now as you go on, will Gungrave have bosses?
Yes, we will actually see a boss at the end of this demo. And they also get over the top as we progress. We have one boss in this build. He's like kind of your starting boss, you know, to get used to this. But like as soon as you progress more in the game, you get even more crazier bosses. And you can actually see some of them. We've recently released a trailer showcasing some of the your main enemies, and that gives you like a little bit of a taste of what is to come.
And as the game goes on, you're talking about bosses, you're talking about the stylus action. Like, is it going to have any? I know you're not taking yourself too seriously, but is it going to have any narrative focus?
Yes, there's like as you can see, we already have like cutscenes. There is a story behind it, and fans of the game and of the anime will actually, you know, understand what's happening. But for someone, you know, who's not really into the story, who doesn't care for the story,
I care, but I don't know.
That's also fine. Like, you know, you still have fun with the mindless action.
Oh, what the? That's weird. Okay.
And as you can see, that's the art points as well. They help you on the result screen as well for, you know, kind of your end result on how you perform. Speaking of more abilities, we're getting more. Now we're going into the crazy grabs. Like, we can also use one as a human shield, for example.
Oh, let's go.
We can throw them at someone.
Let's get it.
So really over the top, yeah?
Yes, this is what I'm talking about. So you guys start off modest, what you should, but as I can see, it's a ramp up.
Yes,
it's so much more going on.
And as I said, you know, like for this specific build, we already unlocked some of the abilities, but in the final game, like you have like a wide array of different abilities that you can unlock, and you can pretty much mix and match how you would like to prefer to play as well.
Now with the beat system and maintaining that and the stylishness, at the end of levels, will there be something like that kind of rewards the player that doesn't get hit a lot, that is doing all this stylish stuff? Okay.
Yeah, so you will actually unlock, you know, more ability points, but also like if you play on different difficulty settings, you will actually unlock skins as well for the game. And those are really also for the fans, because some of them actually go back to like the old games.
Callbacks.
Exactly. And for example, we've also worked with Ikumi Nakamura, who you might know from like Ghostwire Tokyo.
Ghostwire Tokyo, yes.
For example, she also created her own new studio, Unseen, but she worked like on the art direction for this game as well. And we actually have a skin that she created as well for the game.
I love it. I love it. That RB was the execution? That was the RB.
Exactly, that was the execution.
Got it. This is really cool. Love it, man. And what I love is like a love letter to clearly fans of the series. You have those callbacks.
Yeah.
You have those things that people are familiar
like one of the skins as well that you can unlock is like the OD Grave. That's like the overdrive grave from back in the days as well.
Yeah, this looks really good.
And then also for fans of the series, we have some unannounced characters that you can play as well. So yeah, if you look forward, to some news in the next coming weeks, people can get excited for that as well.
Okay, unannounced characters come. Oh.
Yeah, that's the Storm Barrage that I was talking about earlier.
Let's go.
If you beat hits 50, you can actually perform this move, which is like if you're surrounded by like a crazy amount of people, which I'm currently not. But
you get John Wick, Let's
I mean, that was
go.
also some of the influence that we have.
Clearly.
Like some of the over-the-top action movies, like if you think of like Equilibrium, for example, as well.
Yes, those John Woos, those John, like this is a style of game and an art style that you don't see a lot of.
Exactly.
It's so cool to see it come back in game form and to know that it has a history, as far as the original Gungrave and it being, adapted into anime is pretty cool as well. Moving on.
And even more moves. Now the burst mode that's happening in my over here.
Ooh.
See, even more over the top.
Let's go. Okay.
Oh, a little bit of a weird angle.
Let's go. Got this look. I like that it lets you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming those gold arrows, those are waypoints. Those are where we gotta
Exactly,
get.
those are the waypoints
Okay, cool.
that pretty much show you where to go next.
Nice. So as far as like total levels potential, like what are we looking at anticipating for like the
So I can't go into too much detail of how many levels we actually have, but like the game is going to take you like roughly 15 to 20 hours to finish. And there's a lot of variety in the levels as well. So you will not only be like in a factory like we're currently, like there's also like a jungle area.
So we got different biomes.
Exactly. Some over-the-top places as well.
I love it. I ain't got to be stuck at the factory all day. I can go different places.
Yeah.
I know that's about it.
There's like sewers as well, for example. One of the locations is also influenced by Vietnam, for example. Like there's like different influences for the locations as well. And we're slowly approaching the boss right now.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. We want to see that boss fight.
Almost there.
There's a lot of tension in this factory. A lot of disgruntled workers.
Yeah. Angry factory workers, yeah.
Clearly.
So it's also like another ability for like auto aim.
I like that.
Another over the top move as well.
Really cool. I love the cinematics to it too. Nice little flare. Now I'm noticing some destructible environment.
Yes, so we have certain things that you can shoot at. We have barrels that explode, crates that can explode, like I just showed. So yeah, there's like environmental destruction as well, like you can see here.
So you guys are really pushing that engine.
Yes, definitely. And now we're approaching the boss fight.
Go, so we came to see. First one, big. Love the character design.
Yeah, as I said, like we have the original creator Yasuhiro Naito with us working on this game as well.
That's awesome. Here we go. We got a mech, y'all. Death Machine. Wasaki, let's go.
Wasaki, exactly.
Let's go.
Do another over the top move. Because we got to show off, right?
We got to show off. We got to show the machine what time it is. Let's go.
Yeah, like the boss has weak points as well.
Nice. Those turns, get those arms, get those legs up. Nice. Turn it up, turn up his finger. I love that. I love that.
Like it's over the top move.
It's so ridiculous. Let's get it. Let's go. Keep it immobile right now. So getting these are very critical.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm assuming the movement would have got a little crazy. You showed off expert level play. That's what. Just to let people
I mean, that's
know.
that's what I'm trying
This
to do.
is
Yeah.
not how it would go down if it was me. He's targeting this thing correctly.
A little bit of a rocket launcher action again.
Well, so key was stopping that to keep it mobile so you can do those moves.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's going to be a problem.
Exactly.
Nice, nice. Breaking it down. Almost there.
Let's take it out with style, right?
Let's do it. Let's take it out with style. Ah, let's go.
There we go. And that's our demo for Gungrave G.O.R.E.
Gungrave G.O.R.E. Flashy, over the top, stylish, action, variety, cinematics looks really, really cool. How far out we from release and what platforms can we get into?
So we're releasing in November 22nd. Platforms, all platforms except Nintendo Switch, so PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Series X, and PC. Exactly.
Nice.
With smart delivery as well, and like the PS4 free upgrade to PS5 as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And then a quick question for my Steam Deck owners. I know maybe early, but you know, the Steam Deck crowd likes to play these games.
So we're currently looking into Steam Deck as well. That you know support, like it's supported from the get-go anyways, but like optimizing it for Steam Deck, we're currently looking into that.
That's awesome, man. Gungrave, you saw it here first, IoT approved. Lord Cognito had absolute pleasure, man. It looks really fun. Tell the team I'm excited, and our audience is very excited, man. You said it first. Gungrave, peace.